Is some snow in the forecast. It's definitely starting to show up a little bit more, especially the cold air, and it's definitely going to be here. The cold front's coming in today.
Whether you like it or not.
I know, it's definitely here, and just kind of showing you where that cold front is. It's to the north and west. It's been picking up speed a little bit more here, though. You can see it pretty clearly on satellite. Very overcast across the metro, but when it was in far northwest Oklahoma, you could really see it. But here it is. There's the line, and it kind of just stalls out here over the past couple of minutes or so. But it is making its way towards the city, and right now we do have some light rain kind of developing out ahead of it. Zooming in a little bit closer to the front, you can really see along the front into north central Oklahoma around Newkirk and Ponca City now. Some rain starting to pick up a little bit more. No lightning with it just yet, but we could see storms increase here later this afternoon. But some light rain moving from southwest to north and east, really all across central Oklahoma. So very spotty right now. But this is our National Cowboy Museum camera, part of our Pike Pass Skycam network. Overcast and mild for now. 67 degrees, a south wind coming in at 17 miles an hour. Here's where the cold front is. Behind it, only in the upper 50s, so not terribly cold right now, but out ahead of it, upper 60s, low 70s, even some upper 70s in eastern Oklahoma with the south wind between about 15 to 25. Behind it, we're seeing gusts as high as around 35 miles an hour coming in out of the north. So especially later tonight, tomorrow morning, during the day tomorrow, wind chills will become a little bit more of a factor. But the cold front starting to make its way across central Oklahoma. It's going to take probably a couple more hours before it does make it into Oklahoma City. But the bigger idea here with this is just how cold it's going to be behind it over the next couple of days, and how the cold air isn't really going to go anywhere anytime soon. So tomorrow for Veterans Day, it's going to be chilly. Saturday looks chilly. By Sunday, we should be back in at least to the low 50s. But now we're watching this next storm moving in by early next week. Right now, Monday looks to be the day. It's going to have some moisture to work with, and it could be cold enough that we could see a few snowflakes even here in Oklahoma City. Right now, it looks warm enough that most of it would be just plain rain. So if we do get anything, it wouldn't amount to a whole lot. But nonetheless, it's still going to be chilly, generally highs in the 40s for the foreseeable future. This next wave tries to move in by late week of next week, and right now it's trying to keep most of the moisture just to the south. But even with that, there's going to be a chance of snow in parts of the state. And then by the time we get into that following weekend, again, it still just looks very cold. So for this afternoon and evening, as that cold front continues to push from the northwest to the south and east, rain and storms will increase as well. Eventually overnight tonight, rain and storms will be in eastern Oklahoma, and we should start to see decreasing clouds. So for later this afternoon, going with about 3 o'clock, temperatures should be in the upper 50s in Oklahoma City, low to upper 50s really across the north and northwest. And it's going to be pretty likely that the rain and storms will be basically along I-44, and then later this evening, those chances really start to ramp up, especially along and east of I-35. And we're not expecting any severe weather with this, but we could still see maybe some small hail and gusty winds, especially east of I-35. And then overnight and into tomorrow morning, rain and possibly a few storms still likely across eastern Oklahoma, but the rain will be coming to an end here in the metro with temperatures dropping down into the mid-30s overnight tonight. But combine that with the north wind between 20 to 30 miles an hour, and it's going to feel colder than the mid-30s, low 30s in the north and west. And then tomorrow afternoon, a strong north wind, highs in the mid-40s, low 40s across the north, about 39 for high in Woodward tomorrow afternoon. Saturday, we're in the upper 40s, and eventually this one's going to shift back to the south. So for Sunday, temperatures in the low 50s. But here's what I'm looking at for Monday as of right now. I think that we are going to have some moisture, so there's right now a very likely chance we're going to have some rain, possibly mixing in with a little bit of light snow in Oklahoma City. So we're seeing the pink, mostly rain, but maybe some light snow. But I think it's going to be a lot more likely that we do get accumulating snow in parts of northwest Oklahoma. How much? Not a whole lot, but in the northwest at this point, it looks like we could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow. But the rest of us, maybe a dusting at best, but I don't think it would stick around for very long at all. So after that moves in, again, temperatures still generally in the 40s, overnight lows in the 30s. It just looks plain chilly, and overnights are going to be very cold. So today, the rain and storms are 100% guaranteed. We're already seeing some light rain in Oklahoma City, but that should increase in coverage and intensity a little bit more today. Severe weather not expected, but man, that wind's going to be howling out of the north, especially tomorrow. It's going to be very cold.
Yeah, it's going to feel like that after we've been spoiled for so long with warm weather.
We have been.
All right.